I don't know who in their right mind would keep doing this, but I guess it makes sense because none of us, yeah, even you watching this video, are in our right minds. We filled the island with crops. We've planted 6,565 blue roses, and we've glitched the crap out of the game with a bunch of money trees. But we have yet to beat the money-making abilities of the almighty turnip. There are a few really quick ways to make bells in this game. Selling fossils is one of them. So these seem like the obvious choice to fill up this super flat island with. We filled the island before, but mostly we were planting stuff. Now we're just dropping dead dinosaurs on the ground, which means that we can drop items on things like rocks in the very edge of the beaches where shells and bottles spawn. Those extra squares of land should help us make more money, hopefully. So I started making fossils appear out of thin air. And by that, I mean time traveling, day after day after day, to force spawn them in. Thank you, Chris, for all the help. What do you call a dinosaur wearing a cowboy hat and boots? Tyrannosaurus Rex. Every day you log into New Horizons, 4 fossils will spawn somewhere on your island. If you have empty space, of course. If every inch of diggable square on your island is covered with furniture or designs, no fossils will spawn. If you don't dig up all 4 fossils, the next day you'll have 5 fossils buried on your island. And then the day after that, 6. If you do grab all 4 fossils, the next day you will still only have 4 new fossils spawn. 6 is the maximum number of fossils that you can have on your island. Unfortunately, you'll never get 7, no matter how many days you time travel. Because I'm doing this as fast as possible, we time traveled 3 days, grabbed the 6 fossils, and did it all over again. One problem though, islands are really big, especially when they're really flat. And I am dumb. I thought it would be really fun to have viewers help clean up my island from the previous fun of planting 6,565 blue roses on the island. More people saves me time, and those people get to have fun on stream. So now that the island was completely empty, I had to run around everywhere, finding where those fossils spawned. What I should have done was gotten rid of 6 flowers so my 6 fossils could spawn in without having to look for the holes in the ground. I couldn't even cheat or use treasure islands or hacks because every fossil they gave you was the fossilized poop. Someone really wanted to make a point about cheating in this game. But it's okay. This will be all worth the money and time, right? Instead of watching me drop these fossils slower than Isabel tells you she lost her sock in the dryer yesterday, I'll distract you with something else. You know what time it is. Today's video is sponsored by Factor. I love me some Factor meals. Hop online, pick your meals, and then they just magically appear at your door. These fully cooked meals arrive to you ready to heat and serve. No more making messes in your kitchen. And no hour-long cleanup that you're forced to do afterwards. God, I hate dishes. Now meal prep is done for me, and I can alleviate stress and save time cooking, so now I have more time to give Panda treats. No more greasy takeout every night. I can eat quick meals that are healthy and delicious. The chef-prepared meals take the guesswork out of eating well. I can open the box and know that I'm going to meet my nutritional needs, while also enjoying add-ons like smoothies. These are my favorite. I like them more than Panda likes barking, and she really loves barking. They're the perfect snack, or the I don't feel like eating breakfast, and I can't stop drinking them. The convenience of not having to cook is amazing. The no-hassle prepared food in my fridge makes sure I always have something nutritious on hand when I'm spending all my time villager hunting, instead of making lunch or dinner. I can heat up a meal in just 2 minutes with no prep, so I can continue island hopping to my heart's content. Use my link or go to go.factor75.com and use code POGKORA, MAR50 for 50% off your first box. Once you click, my description will live update to count up the purchases. Now that the ad is over and the fossils have completely filled the island, it's time to get on with the video. Crazy how the island just fills up like that. Oh, it's nuts. So now the hard part. Selling all these small blue orbs. Unassessed fossils sell for 100 bells each. That's nothing. Don't sell unassessed fossils. I don't care how lazy you are, do the extra tedious work of going to talk to Blathers, even if you just want to fill a bit of your empty space in your storage with some fossils and then bulk assess at some point in the future. I know Blathers likes to talk your ear off, but if he didn't, then he wouldn't be living up to his name, and honestly that would be far ruder. What's the nickname for someone who put their right hand in the mouth of a T-Rex? Lefty. If you want more than just the 4 fossils that appear on your island, there's a 30% chance that one will appear on a mystery island. So if you happen to be villager hunting or want to go jump on some islands for whatever reason, there is a small chance that you'll find a fossil. But is this worth using 2,000 Nook miles to potentially just grab a fossil? Probably not. Assessed fossils can be worth anywhere from 10 times to 60 times the sell price of unassessed ones. The cheapest assessed fossil sells for 1,000 bells, and the most expensive one will get you 6,000 bells. Which fossils you ultimately get is essentially random. Since that makes the sell price random, it's impossible to estimate how many bells this will end up making us. So instead, we'll just pick them up, one pocketful at a time, go assess them, and then sell them to Timmy and Tommy. Over and over and over again. I don't know how many total spots I have on my island between the rocks and the beaches, so I counted as I picked them up, hopefully accurately. Because of the wide range of sell prices for each assessed fossil, each pocketful sold for a different amount, usually around 160,000 bells to 190,000 bells. Though there was one time where 40 fossils sold for 197,000 bells, which felt like winning the lottery after 12 hours of selling bones. So how much money did the entire island of fossils get me? In total, there were 6,721 fossils, give or take a couple pocketfuls. I'm pretty sure I was accurate with the counting, but you've all watched the ticket count during villager hunts. I'm human, mistakes are made. Since we know that there are 6,565 plantable squares on the island, the number I got sounds close enough. Your island might be a little different, it all depends on how big your flat rocks are and how your beach is laid out.
What is a dinosaur's least favorite reindeer?
What?
Comet.
Oh my gosh.
Definitely
I'm
include that one.
installing myself.
After selling everything and going back to the photo speedrun streams because I remembered that I spent a few thousand bells on wrapping paper while in the middle of selling fossils, the total profit was 29,583,355 bells. This is with the Bell Boom Ordinance in place. For those who don't know, the Bell Boom Ordinance increases the both cost and sell prices of items by 20%. So you can sell things for 20% more, but you're also buying your stuff at a higher price. Since we're dealing with fossils, we don't have to buy, so this feature only helps us. Without the ordinance, the profit would have been about 23.6 million bells. If you're doing a huge selling spree and you have the extra bells to spend on Isabel to put that ordinance in place, it's definitely worth taking the 3 seconds to talk to her to change up your island's advantages. Now for the age-old question. Was it worth it? Nah. It took too long to fill up the island with fossils, even with a lot of help. Selling didn't take incredibly long, only like 12-ish hours. It was probably more, but I broke it up over 3 days, and I never want to look at another fossil again. 30 million for all of this? It's not that bad. Comparing it to past videos we spent filling the island with different stuff, we've actually made the most money on fossils, so fossils win. The only item that came close was the turnips. Though the turnips do have the highest potential to make you a ton of money, we had a pretty poo-poo sell price when we got to finally selling them all back. So realistically, turnips are still the best way to make money if you have the bells to spend to actually buy the turnips. But if you have those extra fossils and you really need the money, sell them to Timmy and Tommy instead of giving your assessed fossils as presents to your villagers. How do you like to make bells in this game? Let everyone know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!